Hey guys, I'm Dr. Laura Ricci. I'm a doctor of physical therapy and national board certified health and wellness coach specializing in functional nutrition, women's health, insulin resistance, and I'm an essential oil educator and leader with doTERRA International. And I want to thank you guys so much for being here with us. And if you're watching the replay, welcome to the replay. I am so glad that you guys are here. If you're watching on Instagram, we are live streaming, so you can actually see the slides and get all that information on Facebook, or you can just watch and see me over on Instagram. We're getting very tech savvy here with the dual streaming with everything. And this is going to be an interactive workshop. So if possible, I would really urge you to create the time and space to really dive into this information. So grab something to drink, a pen and paper, turn off your notifications and silence your cell phone, go to a quiet place, and we are going to jump right in and get started talking about supplements and kind of debunking the good, the bad, the ugly. How do you know what are high quality supplements? People get really confused with that. And folic acid, cyanocobalamin, all of these different things. So we are going to be diving deep into that and discussing that in more detail so you guys feel more confident with that. And of course, before we begin, a quick little medical disclaimer that the information presented, it's not intended to replace a one-on-one relationship with a qualified healthcare professional, and it's not intended as medical advice. It's really intended as a sharing of knowledge and information from my own research, education, training, and experience. And I really encourage you to partner up and make your healthcare decisions based upon your research and with a qualified healthcare professional with all of that too. So food for thought, ideally, we would want to get all of our nutrition from food, right? In a perfect world, that's what we would do. But unfortunately, most of our soils are deficient in nutrients and minerals, so it's no longer realistic that we can get everything that we need from our food. And eating a whole foods diet is really key, and I just want to start with that. I don't think you can supplement your way out of a poor diet or supplement your way out of a poor lifestyle, but supplementation is really just to support us along our healing journey with all of that. So what are a couple things that we want to look out for and that we want to avoid? Well, one is the artificial colors. There are synthetic artificial colorings. These have actually been approved by the FDA, guys. So these are things like FD&C blue number 1, blue number 2, green number 3, red number 3, red number 40, yellow number 5, and yellow number 6. So again, these are not things that you're going to grow in your garden. These are not things that you would find in nature. These are things that are created that are artificial and are made in a synthetic lab. And there's some health issues that come with artificial colors and things like that. So we need to be aware of those. One, why do our vitamins need to be colored? Like, seriously, why do we need that? Oh, thanks, Hills. Yeah, so just for you guys, I wore our label reading gangster shirt here. This was a gift from Hillary, and it fits perfectly with what we're talking about with supplements and being label reading gangsters for sure. But the FDA actually talks about offset color loss due to exposure to light, air, temperature, extremes, moisture, storage conditions, correct natural variations in color. They're saying that they enhance these colors and they provide color to colorless and fun foods, which is not fun. So that's kind of a bummer, and I don't feel like we really need colored things in there. Oh no, so Hills is saying she can't see the class on Facebook. It looks like there's 5 people watching and I'm able to watch on my iPad. I don't know. Hopefully the tech is working. This dual streaming thing is a little bit interesting, but we are recording too, so hopefully we'll get a good recording in there too. If you're on Facebook, let me know if you guys can still hear me and see me. Like, give me some thumbs up or hearts or comment. Let me know if you are seeing this okay, and that will kind of help us out too. And really, do we care if our vitamins are colored? Artificial colors, really, they don't serve any function. There's a connection between artificial food dyes and children's behavior, believe it or not, which is really interesting. So red number 40 is actually linked to hyperactivity in children. And European lawmakers require a warning label on food with artificial dyes stating, quote, may have adverse effects on activity and attention in children. So this is kind of crazy, guys. Like, European lawmakers have a warning label on these foods, but they're okay and safe for us in the United States. It makes you wonder. Oh, good. So you guys are seeing it on Facebook. I'm so glad that you guys are seeing it too, and seeing it on Instagram as well. So what about fish oil? What are the concerns with that too? Well, essential fatty acids, they are important for joint, brain, and heart health. Mercury and lead contaminants can be in fish oil, and it's really important to know that not all supplements are created equally, and we really want to make sure that they're tested for mercury and lead contaminants. And this is where you really don't want to opt for the cheaper option, because you really do get what you pay for, especially in your supplements. And there are so many things out there. People may think that they're doing a great thing for their health and their wellness by taking a fish oil, but if it's rancid and it's contaminated with some of these things, it's actually could be causing more health issues and doing more harm than good. So we really want to be aware of these things, right? Yeah, we're so grateful for our supplements because there's so many things to be concerned about out there. So let's talk about a big debate. This is a really interesting one: folate versus folic acid. And this is huge, and I really want this to be very clear. So folate is a general term for a group of water-soluble B vitamins, and it's also known as B9. Folic acid refers to an oxidized synthetic compound that is used in dietary supplements and food fortification, whereas folate refers to various tetrahydrofolate derivatives that are naturally found in our food. So this is really, really important because there's a big difference, and we can't trick the body, right? The body knows the difference between what is natural and what is synthetically made and found in a lab. So one of the major risks associated with excessive intake of folic acid is the development of cancer. It's highly, highly inflammatory. So I really love Chris Kresser. I have linked his article on folate versus folic acid for you guys in the slides. So if you're on the Facebook group, you can actually download the slides in and have them and just link and read this. Oh yeah, Laura, it's really good to know. It's really important to know for pregnancy. Absolutely. Because so many doctors are out there saying more folic acid when we actually want folate. And this is where we do have to be label reading gangsters. Sometimes they will put folic acid, but it's actually derived from natural folate. And this is where it's helpful to actually call the company. And again, most physicians have not been trained a lot in nutrition, and they're just kind of going by what they were taught in school. Maybe they got an hour or two of nutrition lectures. So it's really important for us to be aware of this because folate is really, really important, especially in pregnancy. But again, we want the natural form of folate, not folic acid. So very, very important. And I really want you guys to do your research. And this is why it is important to be informed, and especially when we're making decisions about our supplements and our health and our wellness. It's really important. So here's another thing that kind of goes along with the folate is MTHFR mutations. And some of you guys may have heard of these. They're becoming more and more popular kind of in the mainstream. But MTHFR is actually a gene that provides the body with instructions for making a certain enzyme. That's called methylene tetrahydrofolate reductase. Say that 10 times fast. And there's two main MTHFR mutations that researchers are focusing on most often, but there are actual several out there. The main ones are MTHFR C677T and MTHFR A1298C. What I want you to take away from this, I don't want this to overload you, but one of the major risks associated with excessive intake of folic acid is the development of cancer. And an interesting thing is with MTHFR, a gene mutation, it can actually change the way some people metabolize and convert important nutrients from their diets into active vitamins, minerals, and proteins. So it's estimated that about half the population has this gene mutation. And I've seen 40 to 60%. I'm estimating about half in there. But what happens is it actually affects our methylation pathways. So I heard a great lecture talk about how methylation is kind of how the body takes out the trash. It's how we detoxify. And if we're not methylating correctly, it's almost like that builds up in the body. And again, that can cause more inflammation and different health issues. Yeah, Karen says she loves Chris Kresser, right? He's so great. Oh yeah, I love to hear Chris Kresser talk and read his stuff. He's really nerdy and I love following him. So I definitely recommend that you guys definitely check him out. But here's the interesting thing. Acquiring more folate is really, really important with this, but not folic acid. Again, that synthetic form of B9. So more folate can actually help with our methylation. And interestingly enough, people with MTHFR mutations might have a harder time converting folic acid into its usable form. And it could actually increase or worsen your symptoms from taking a supplement containing folic acid. So this is really, really important. Yes, absolutely, Karen. So Karen said Dr. Ben Lynch talks a lot about MTHFR in his book, Dirty Genes, and he actually has a little mini book just on MTHFR. I think it's like $1 maybe on Amazon, $1, $2, and I highly recommend it. So I would really encourage you guys, maybe the next time you see your doctor, is request to get this tested. It's a simple blood test. It's often covered by insurance. It's something that LabCorp or Quest Diagnostics or a lot of common labs can do and check for you. But check and see, because it's really important for us to be aware of that. Now, I don't think that we are our genes necessarily. I really believe in a lot of the nutrigenomics, saying it's about 5% genetics and the rest is lifestyle, our diet, environmental factors, all of these other things. But it's good to be aware of. I found personally for myself and for a lot of my private health coaching clients, the people that have MTHFR mutations are usually those that are more on the sensitive side. Maybe they have sensitivities to food allergies, chemicals. These are the people that walk down the cleaning aisle of a grocery store and they get a headache and feel really sick. That's me, very sensitive to some of those things. So it's good to be aware of. And it's not going to be the basis for our whole talk today, but I did want to share with you guys some of these 10 health tips for anybody with an MTHFR gene mutation. And another great doctor, Dr. Jill, you can see her website right there on the slides. She's got really good stuff and goes into more detail on MTHFR gene mutations, but she also talks about avoiding folic acid or folic acid blocking and depleting drugs like birth control pills or methotrexate if you're dealing with one of these gene mutations. And you guys can kind of go into more detail with that, but she talks about avoiding the processed foods, avoiding the synthetic folic acid, making sure that you're eating lots of leafy greens and spinach and chard and arugula and all of these things that your body that has folate and your body can more easily process and absorb. And again, eating hormone-free and organic food is really, really important too. So there's some really good information there, and I just wanted to share that with you. And she's another really great resource as we're learning about this. So cyanocobalamin, this is actually kind of similar to the folate versus folic acid. We have cyanocobalamin and then we have methylcobalamin. Cyanocobalamin is a synthetic form of B12. Cyanocobalamin actually contains a cyanide molecule, and we have heard of cyanide. It's a poisonous substance. It's not something that we would want to take or have in our body, right? And your body actually has to remove and eliminate this compound. So by taking, and we think we're doing good, right? We're taking B12, but it's the cyanocobalamin version. Then your body's actually having to do more work to eliminate this substance because, again, it's not a natural substance. It's not something that we find in nature. Methylcobalamin is better absorbed and it's retained in higher amounts within your tissue. So you want to be reading your labels and, again, avoiding folic acid when you want folate, and you want to avoid cyanocobalamin. So those are two quick things when I'm scanning the label of a supplement that I want to be aware of, because again, it's natural versus synthetic, and your body knows the difference. You can't trick the body. You can't fool the body with any of these things. So what are some other options for us? Because we talked about what we want to avoid and why we want to avoid them, and it can be very overwhelming. Again, other things that I want to avoid in my supplements is gluten, dairy. I want to make sure that they are non-GMO, that there's no genetically modified organisms or things in my supplements, because that all affects how we feel. So I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the Lifelong Vitality Pack and what that has and why it's a little bit different than some supplements that you may purchase from your local grocery store, health food store, or things like that. So we want to start off talking about the Microplex VMZ. So the V stands for vitamins, the M stands for minerals, and the Z stands for micronutrients. And this is really to help increase absorption and bioavailability. They have these micro and macronutrients to help you heal, and they're actually whole food, they're plant-based, and the food is harvested at their optimal peak time, and then it's flash frozen and loose packed. And this is really, really important, and we'll talk about that too as we go along, the difference and why being loose packed is really, really great. So VMZ helps to fight free radicals with antioxidants A, C, and E, which are important. It helps to support healthy metabolism and cellular energy, supporting healthy digestion, and it actually provides 22 essential vitamins and minerals. And it's a patented enzyme delivery system to help to optimize nutrient absorption. We say you are what you eat, you actually are what you absorb, because you can be eating the cleanest diet on the planet, but if you're actually not able to absorb that and utilize that, then it can be challenging. So I like that it has an enzyme delivery system there to help your body be able to absorb that and utilize that. So Beth says LLV, the Lifelong Vitality, has been such a game changer for her, worth every penny. Oh, I'm so glad, Beth. Thank you for sharing with us. I love to hear how everybody is feeling on it. It's the supplements that my husband and I take, and we've noticed a big, big difference since switching for sure. So next, I wanted to talk to you guys about the XEO and VEO megas. So the VEO megas is actually, there's a vegan or land-based omega option for any vegans out there with pomegranate oil, but getting a good omega into your diet, omega-3 fatty acids, is important because our standard American diet is very, very high in omega-6 oils, which are very inflammatory. So ideally, you want a 1-to-1 ratio of omega-6 to omega-3s. The omega-3s is what supports our heart health, brain health, immune health, skin, hormonal health. A lot of things are really, really important. There's some really interesting research showing that just taking a high quality fish oil or omega-3 fatty acid supplement can really help with menstrual cramps, PMS, things like that. It's really amazing how much that affects our overall health, even our mood health as well. So what I love about the XEO megas and the VEO megas is that they are tested. They're marine tested for toxins and heavy metals. So this is really important because we just talked about how if you're taking a not very high quality fish oil that's rancid, it could actually be doing more harm than good. What I also love is there are 9 essential oils in this blend that helps to stabilize the fish oil. So it works as almost a natural preservative for you there. And what's really cool is because it's stabilizing those fish oils, you don't have the regurgitation for hours after you take it. So a lot of people don't like taking their fish oil because they're burping or they're feeling it come back up. You don't have that with this. It's really a beautiful thing, and it was very smart of doTERRA to create that, to infuse it with our beautiful essential oils. So it has clove, which is actually highest on the ORAC score scale, which means it's a #1 antioxidant, very, very powerful antioxidant. It's got wild orange. It has peppermint essential oil. Peppermint actually acts on GABA channels of the brain to help uplift mood. So it's almost like we took these beautiful omega-3s and then we just infused them with the essential oils and we've up-leveled them a little bit. It's so, so cool. So I love that that has been incorporated in, and that is actually one of the quick things that people tell me when they start taking this is, oh my gosh, I don't have the burping and the regurgitation and the issues that I was having with other fish oils that I tried, and people love that. It's really, really awesome. And then we have our Alpha CRS Plus. So our Alpha CRS Plus, well, just in general, when we think about chronic dis-ease, that's inflammation at its core in the body with what's going on. So this is a really, really powerful antioxidant. It's anti-inflammatory, and it's a cellular energy producer. So this has over 12 spices and herbs to decrease inflammation, which is really, really powerful. So you want to start this supplement a little bit slower for some people. And again, bioindividuality, but some people may want to start this slower and maybe just start with 1 and gradually increase. And you can also take this with Zendocrine. That's the detoxification blend and oil that we really love for liver support if you need to. But especially if you're coming in and you may struggle with some digestive issues, this may be a supplement that you need to work up to slowly. So just be aware of that. Some people feel great. They can take a full dose and they notice that. But what I've noticed, if anybody is noticing a difference and maybe struggling with that, it's probably the alpha CRS plus. So we just back off a little bit and then slowly work up. So you can slowly work up to that full dose. Again, if you're not in an ideal nutritional state, and there is an option, the daily nutrient pack, that actually does not contain alpha CRS plus. It just has our XC Omega and our Microplex VMZ. So you could start there. And as you heal and as your body works up to that, you could add this one in too. So that's good to just be aware of. But alpha CRS plus is really helpful with cellular resilience. So I think of it as being very similar to DDR prime, and it helps with healthy cellular repair and apoptosis. So apoptosis is kind of like cellular housekeeping. If there is a cell that has kind of broke off and it's looking a little unusual, then we want the body to come in and go, whoa, we need to kind of clean this up. And whenever we have duplicating unhealthy cellular material, that can lead to cancer. So these guys kind of come in and they're our cellular housekeeping. They clean in and they eat up the cells that aren't supposed to be there, that we don't want there, so that we just have healthy, optimized cells around. So it helps with that cellular repair, helps with regeneration, and it helps with our future health. So it supports APT, or ATP, and that's really needed for our energy in the cells, the mitochondria, the powerhouses of the cells. So helping with your energy, really supporting you, very anti-inflammatory. It's a powerful, powerful one, and I love that it is part of our trio with that as well. So Lifelong Vitality for optimal wellness, it's actually doTERRA's top product every month. And the truth is you can buy cheap supplements, but you really do get what you pay for with this. Healthy people make healthy choices, and we move towards health and wellness when we give the body what it needs. And Lifelong Vitality is the fertile soil for real change. It's the groundwork that we lay our oils in, healthy soil to plant those oils. And the oils actually work better when this foundation is on point, when your nutrition's on point, when your supplementation is on point. The beautiful essential oils actually work even better for you, which is really interesting. Now, this is a question that I get all the time. Why so many pills? Right? Because with Lifelong Vitality, we've got 3 supplements, and it's actually 4 of each is a full dose. So that's 12 pills, and people are going, oh my gosh, why do I have to take so many pills? Here's the big difference with this, and this is why it's so important. It is hard to pack that many nutrients into one pill. Okay, so what a lot of companies do is they do heat compressed. And when you do that, so they heat it up, they compress it all, and they get all of that stuff into one little pill that you take, right? But when you do that, you lose the digestive enzymes and the probiotics in that. So again, that absorption, you are what you absorb. When we do that, when we trick nature, right, and we try to trick the body, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So Lifelong Vitality is loose packed. And that is the difference and the brilliance behind these beautiful supplements and the creation of LLV, because you actually get those enzymes and probiotics which you need to fully absorb what you're taking. Otherwise, you may be paying a lot for something and it's just going right through you. So it actually has to be absorbed and utilized by the body, and that's why it's loose packed, and that's why you are taking 12 pills a day, and you can split it up, you can do it in different ways, but there's a difference in just taking one pill and not really getting the full benefits from that versus spacing it out and having it in that loose packed way. This is true healthcare, okay? Not sick care. True healthcare. And you can take 12 capsules a day now, or you can take a handful of pills and medications later. I personally choose to take the 12 now. And what I do is I break it off. So I take a half dose, which is 2, 2, and 2, which is 6 in the morning with my breakfast. And then I take 6 with lunch. Now, there are some people that will take maybe a half dose in the morning and then split it and do a little bit at lunch, a little bit at dinner. Everybody is different. So Bonnie's asking, is it better to split them up or take them all at one time? It just depends on your body. So for me personally, I like to split them. And this is where I really empower you guys to be a detective and see what works best for your individual needs and for your body. I have some people that like to take them with dinner and they feel really great. I have other people that if they take them later in the day, for some people, B vitamins can be very energizing. And every once in a while, one of my oilers will say, I started taking Lifelong Vitality and I'm not sleeping as good. And I was like, what time are you taking that? And it was around 3 or 4. That can actually, those B vitamins can be very energizing and can keep you from going to bed. So what you can do is actually, for some people, if you've got a sensitivity, I would recommend don't take it after 2 p.m. because it could keep you up at night. So it just kind of depends on all of that. So Karen says she uses Hillary LeMay's hack of putting them in her morning V shake. She does half the daily dose that way, and then she opens up the capsules and pours the powder in the shake. That's a great tip, Karen. Thank you so much for sharing. And oh, Debbie, love you. Love you too, Debbie. Thank you for watching. But there's many ways to do this, right? So there's some people that split it into 3 and they do breakfast, lunch, and dinner. There's some people that they can't take it after 2 p.m. because it'll really rev them up. So breakfast and lunch. I'm a breakfast and lunch girl. But some days I'll take a full dose just in the morning. It really depends on how I'm feeling and what works for my schedule and what works for me. So I really encourage you, play with this, make it your own, see what works best for you. But it's really, really powerful and amazing things. We've seen amazing things happen with our oilers and just myself and my husband being on Lifelong Vitality Pack. Really, really notice the difference. And if I forget to take a dose, I notice. I'm like, I start to kind of drag a little bit, that 10 a.m. or 2 p.m. slump in the day really, really makes a difference with all of that. So here's another question that we get a lot. Can this be used as a prenatal vitamin? Technically, we cannot call the Lifelong Vitality a prenatal vitamin, but it is safe for pregnancy. An option that you could use is to actually leave the alpha CRS out if you like during pregnancy and add an extra folate. Again, folate, not folic acid. But Stephanie Fritz, she's the essential midwife. Love her. She has this really great book, Essential Oils for Pregnancy, Birth, and Babies. You can snag this on Amazon. It's really awesome. And she actually talks about Lifelong Vitality Pack and the supplements during pregnancy. And we've had, again, several of our oilers stay on it and notice that they feel really, really good there. Yeah, Amanda, there is actually tons of research that you can see, the research of how they make these. It is really interesting. So you can actually just Google doTERRA Lifelong Vitality Pack and there'll be a PDF that pops up and it's a really beautiful book. And if you scroll all the way to the bottom, there's an entire page just on all of the research that went into making these beautiful supplements and everything there. So yeah, and you can read all of the ingredients. You can see everything that's in them. I'll actually post that PDF guide in the Facebook group too, so that you guys can see it there too, Amanda. So I'll have that there for you as a resource so that you can look at all of that because it's really great information. So there are several testimonials, really tremendous emotional support with LLV. And there are people that have done the 30-day cleanse, the cleanse and restore, and actually added in Lifelong Vitality and DDR Prime and started ovulating for the first time ever. We heard this story at Leadership. It was really incredible. She actually had a history of no ovulation after stopping birth control, and she was taking metformin in order to ovulate to get pregnant in the past. And so that was a really incredible testimonial that we heard. We heard another testimonial about another person with a history of cervical cancer, and she did the Lifelong Vitality and DDR Prime and was able to get pregnant and have a baby, which is really cool. So very, very powerful for emotional support, very powerful for fertility support in that area. And it's really amazing for energy support. So one of my oilers was saying, I feel happy again. I just feel better. And you do want to give it some time, guys, because I had somebody call me and say, it's been 5 days on the Lifelong Vitality and I'm not noticing a difference yet. And I was like, okay, give it a month. Give it 30 days. And usually that sweet spot that I noticed for most of my oilers, and it was for me too, is about 3 weeks. Some people notice it sooner, about 2 weeks of taking them regularly, but for others, it's about 3 weeks of taking the supplements and they notice, wow, I'm feeling different. I'm having more energy. There's a big, big difference there. So 3 weeks is kind of the magical spot for the tiger blood, as we call it. Now, TerraZyme. TerraZyme is a digestive enzyme. It actually has 10 active whole food enzymes that are often deficient in cooked and processed foods. As we age, we lose the amount of digestive enzymes that we normally produce, and so this can be really, really helpful. A variety of whole food enzymes, and it helps with digesting proteins, fats, carbohydrates, sugars, fiber, and other nutrients that can be really handy. It is gluten-free, non-GMO, and vegan as well, and you can take 1 to 3 capsules with meals. So if you're eating a very clean, raw foods, vegan, plant-based diet, you may just need 1 with your meals. You don't need to take very many if you're eating live raw foods that have a lot of enzymes in them. If you're eating more processed foods, cooked foods, foods high in protein, you may want to take more. So if you're having a big steak dinner, you may want to take 3 with that, versus if you're having this raw salad, maybe just 1. So again, you're going to play with this. There's not a set point of this is the perfect amount of numbers for everybody that you're going to need. It's that bio-individuality. Some people may need a little more, some people may need a little less. I personally space out my digestive enzyme with the meal. So for example, I'll eat 1/3 of my meal, I'll take 1, and then I'll keep eating. About 2/3 of the meal's done, I'll take another 1, and then as I'm finishing up the last few bites of my meal, I take the last 1. That way, those digestive enzymes are split throughout my meal, and they're helping me to absorb and process with that, versus just taking a bunch all at one time. So I like to space it out. That's what works for me. This is safe for kids. You can actually just open up the little capsule and sprinkle it on their food if you have a kiddo that needs support in this area and maybe they are not swallowing pills just yet. So that's another option for you that you can do with that too. And interestingly enough, you can always take this away from meals for ligament support, for joint support, for detoxification support. It's kind of like the Pac-Man that goes in and kind of cleans that up. That's what these digestive enzymes do for us. So there's benefits with taking it with your food to help with that absorption, and also taking it away from food if you need pain support. Maybe you're an athlete, maybe you're recovering from an injury, something like that, and you need help with that, or just for extra support with detoxification. Like you guys will notice in our Cleanse and Restore, we take the digestive enzymes also away from meals and with meals for that purpose. It's very, very powerful. And enzymes, they just come in and they help support healthy digestion, metabolism of food. They help to convert those food nutrients to cellular energy, which is really important. And again, for gastrointestinal comfort and food tolerance, if you're really struggling with that, if you get upset tummy after you eat, if you feel really bloated or gassy or anything like that, a digestive enzyme can change your life. And I kid you not, guys, I actually got a text message just yesterday or the day before from one of my Oilers who was just trying TerraZyme. She said, oh my gosh, I feel so much different. I don't have the bloat. My abdomen looks completely different. Is it possible that I can see these changes with just 2 days on this supplement? And I was like, absolutely. Digestive enzymes are really, really powerful for us, and they can help in a lot of ways. And what I love is it has a tummy tamer blend with it of peppermint, ginger, and caraway, so that we are able to process, and it soothes, and it's so important. Oh, Beth is saying that it blew her mind to learn it was good for ligament support. Yeah, Beth, it's awesome. It's awesome for that. So many beneficial things with our enzymes. Enzymes are life. Enzymes we need for so many different reactions in our body for us to use them. And it's also in a sodium lauryl sulfate free vegetable capsule, which is really nice. So this is fascinating to me. These are the 10 active whole food enzymes that are in TerraZyme. And I have to be completely honest with you guys. I tried a lot of different digestive enzymes. I tried Designs for Health. I tried orthomolecular. I tried a lot of other supplements, Zymogen, a lot of other ones. And I have to say, hands down, I personally prefer the TerraZyme the best. And for me, I noticed that it worked the best. And I think it's because it's got such a variety of enzymes there working on different things. So we've got protease, which helps to break down the proteins and the amino acids. We've got papain, which breaks down the protein. We've got amylase, which helps to break down the carbs, the starches, the sugars, lipase to break down fats and oils that are absorbed. We have lactase to help break down lactose that are found in milk sugars, the alpha galactidase, and that's to help break down those polysaccharide sugars, the things that are in legumes, cruciferous vegetables, things that could be in FODMAPs that people may have a harder time processing or breaking down. This is really helpful. It's supporting your body and breaking all of that down, which is really important. Cellulase to break down and help digest those fruits and vegetables. The sucrase to break down the sucrose to fructose and glucose for energy in the body. It's got an anti-gluten enzyme blend to help to break down gluten because we just don't process that. That's a protein that we don't. It's my recommendation that we keep gluten and dairy out of our diets, and sugar. Those are highly inflammatory, especially if you're struggling with any chronic health issues. I would just say keep it out, but I like that it's got support for that too. And then the glucoamylase to break down the starch. And very, very important. So there's lots of great enzymes in here. And I think that's why I just noticed a big difference. Now, another supplement that's really, really important for us to have on hand is a good probiotic. So this, the PB Assist Plus, it's actually a proprietary formula of prebiotic fiber, and it's got 6 strains of probiotic microorganisms in a really nice, and this is unique, it's a double layer vegetable capsule that really encourages friendly bacteria growth and digestive and immune system support. So that is very, very important that it is double encapsulated, because in order for a probiotic to get to the gut where we need it, it has to go through the stomach. And there's a lot of hydrochloric acid in the stomach. The stomach is very acidic. We need it to be acidic. But if it's not double encapsulated and it can't get there, you want to make sure that, well, one, the good gut bugs aren't getting to where we need them to be. So the fact that this is double encapsulated is really, really important and makes it very powerful. So if you are having a compromised microflora, you can, what does that look like? What are symptoms of a compromised microflora? Well, these are people that usually have digestive discomfort. They're usually struggling with fatigue. They could have acute allergies. The allergies, guys, that gut connection to so many things. The gut is really the foundation to our health and wellness. And if we are struggling in those areas, it can show up in a lot of different ways. It's actually the gut and how well our microbiome and our microflora is doing is really predictive of how well our immune system is doing. It could look like chronic GI issues or suppressed immunities. You've got a compromised immune system and you're one of those people that are getting sick all of the time. So this could be something where you might want to try PB Assist or getting on a really good probiotic to help you with that. And that can be really, really powerful. Oh, thanks, Hillary. Yeah, so Hillary is saying that you can get all the information on doTERRA.com. Yep, all of the ingredients for everything are really clearly listed. And you can even look for that PIP page, PIP, product information page, and it'll show you all of the ingredients, all of the research that went into the products, and the little facts and little Q&A if you've got questions, commonly asked questions, things like that. Yeah, Kelly's saying gut health is so important. It really is. Gut health is the gateway to so many things. So PB Assist actually helps to promote a positive balance and proliferation of that beneficial bacteria that we need. It helps to maintain a healthy intestinal microflora and balance, and to support healthy functioning of the digestive and immune system. Very, very powerful, and helps with supporting optimal metabolism and the absorption of your food. So these are all things that you really want to take into consideration when looking at supplements, when looking at those things. Again, do they have folic acid? Do they have cyanocobalamin? Is there gluten or dairy or genetically modified organisms in there? You really do get what you pay for. And I actually feel like Lifelong Vitality Pack is such a beautiful price for us, because I believe it's $79.50 wholesale, and you can't even go to Costco and buy like yucky vitamins and get all of the things that are in this for that price. If you were to go and buy those things one at a time, it would be around $250 for what is in Lifelong Vitality. So it actually is a huge, huge savings. And believe it or not, it comes with a 30-day money back guarantee. And I wish every single supplement company did this because, again, bio-individuality, and we all react a little bit differently to things. But if you try Lifelong Vitality for 30 days, you notice no difference. You send back your empty bottles and doTERRA will actually refund you your money. They're that good and that powerful. And I hope you guys found this information helpful. There's a lot of resources that went into this, from the American College of Healthcare Sciences to Dr. Melissa Squara. I love her. Follow her on Facebook. She has so much really great information about supplements and lots of great health tips in general. Dr. Marissa Heisel, she actually spoke to us at the leadership retreat on Lifelong Vitality, and a lot of this information I learned from her. It was really powerful. I love Dr. Axe, Dr. Josh Axe. If you don't follow him, he's got great information about folic acid, MTHFR, all of those things. Chris Kresser, he's another amazing person that I follow, and I really love his information. Dr. D. Adamo, and then Stephanie Fritz. And those are linked in the slides. So if you're watching on Instagram, head over to our Facebook group and you can actually download the slides of what we were talking about with links and stuff that you can find there for everything there. And Amanda, you know what I like to do with really specific individualized cases is actually hop on a call with you, and we can do like a 20-minute wellness consult. We can get really specific in those things. For classes, I like to kind of keep it general. We don't want to give like medical or health advice. Actually, as a healthcare professional, we have to kind of be cautious of that. But Amanda, reach out to me. Please send me a private message and we can definitely go into detail there. And I would be happy to help and support, and we can get really specific with that too. Oh yeah, Kelly, it's my pleasure. I'm happy to help and share. I'm so glad that you guys are finding this helpful. And since we're discussing all of these supplements, I wanted to let you guys know about the 30-day challenge that we're doing. doTERRA is doing a daily health habits challenge, and we are actually doing it in our private team. It is so cool. And doTERRA is doing giveaways and things too. So there is actually a kit that is put together with everything that we talked about. Oh yeah, my pleasure, Amanda. Yes, please reach out to me and we will get you supported for sure, girl. Not to worry. And in this kit, it's actually $220, and you get everything plus a bunch of other stuff that we talked about. So Lifelong Vitality, all of those supplements that we talked about, the Terrazyme, which is amazing, the digestive enzyme, the PB Assist, which we talked about as well, and then some extra goodies. One is Deep Blue Rub. I love this stuff, guys. I had 3 hip surgeries on each side and healing from that. And this has been really, really powerful to put on before and after my workouts. If you have pain in your life, if you need joint or ligament support, Deep Blue Rub is amazing. It is a game changer. It goes with me everywhere. So this is in that. And then also some really beautiful essential oils. So frankincense, which is an enhancer oil. It's the king of oils that we call it. It's very powerful for inflammation, for supporting lots of different systems throughout the body, for pain, for calming mood. We love our frankincense. On Guard, which we joke and say smells like Christmas, cleans like bleach. This is a really great one for protecting your and supporting your immune system and cleaning down surfaces, anything like that. We love our On Guard essential oil. It's very, very powerful for just supporting your immune system and boosting it up. Balance, which is the grounding blend. It's a very beautiful blend. You know, if you could do one thing for your health and wellness, it would be get rid of the perfumes. That would be the first place to start with hormonal health and balancing. Just get rid of those perfumes, guys. There's so many harmful endocrine disruptors, toxins, hormone disruptors in there. So Balance is actually my perfume, but we roll it on the bottoms of our feet every day to really support us and help with stress and starting your day off on a really beautiful note. Lemon, any of the citruses are very supportive to the body, helps to support your digestion, very detoxifying. And actually there's been some really interesting information about limonene. So limonene is the phytochemical constituent that's in lemon essential oil. And just by adding a drop and taking it internally in your water every day, which I have right here, and that's another point, right? Staying hydrated, drinking all of your water, guys. This can actually help to boost glutathione in the body. Glutathione is the body's master antioxidant. And there's a lot of people that spend thousands of dollars on patches and liposomal supplements and all of these things when you can get that support actually from citrus oils like lemon. So that's actually in there, which is really powerful. And then lavender. the All Things Calm oil. So lavender is a really beautiful oil. It really helps to support anxious feelings, helps to support your sleep, is amazing for skin support, so many things. So actually just this month with doTERRA, when you get started, you get $50 in oil free, which is really, really cool. So all of those things, that's part of our daily health habits kit. It's $220. It has all of the supplements that we talked about, some beautiful oils that can support and help you as well. And then I throw in a welcome packet, a little goodie packet that you'll get in the mail, and it includes a little essential oil usage guide for you. And we set up a virtual Zoom call to go over your specific needs one-on-one, and I show you how to use everything so you feel very comfortable using that. It's not like you get started and then you never hear from me again. And then we actually have a private Facebook community for online support and continued education. So I do a monthly class here, but we do regular classes in that group to help and support you, because I feel like there's a lot of people out there selling a product. There's not as many that provide that continued education and support that we do, which is really, really powerful. So there's two options for you. That's the first option, is the Daily Health Habits Kit, and you can save $50. You actually get $50 in oil free with this just this month. The other is our AromaTouch Diffused kit. And this kit, it doesn't have the supplements, but it's got the top 8 oils, and we love these oils. It actually includes a diffuser. I actually have this diffuser going right over here in my office right now. It's our pedal diffuser. It's beautiful. So diffusing helps to support you emotionally and support your respiratory system as well, which is really awesome. So it's got the top 8 oils, a diffuser for you, and fractionated coconut oil, which is your carrier oil, and so much that you can do with these. So deep blue, it actually helps with muscle tension, aches and pains. We've got wild orange, which is another citrus, which helps with glutathione, supporting your body, detoxifying, all of those things, very uplifting. We have lavender again, which is great for calming sleep and supporting you. Peppermint, very cooling, very uplifting, can help if you're having head or neck tension, if you need digestive support, if you need energy support, anything like that. Melaleuca, great for healthy skin. Great for respiratory support. If you got a blemish, you could put that on and help you. Also great for immune support. And then AromaTouch, really amazing for your circulatory support, helps to relax, smooth muscle and joint support, anything like that. Very good for pain as well. I like to combine that with the deep blue. And then Balance that we talked about, that grounding blend, which is really beautiful, great for helping with stress. And then immune protection with our On Guard, which is really powerful too, that we mentioned. So this is another option for you if you were looking to be a healer in your home, up level your health and wellness. Maybe you wanted to get started with the essential oils first and then cycle back to the supplements, which is also a great option. This is $150, and with either one of these kits just through April, so just for a couple more days, you can actually get $50 in oil free when you get started. What does that look like? What does $50 free look like in oil? It can be a lot of different things. There's ideas for healthy hair, for women's support and hormonal support, for GI support and cleansing and cleaning out your GI system, for better sleep support. I love the oils for sleep, and that's a great place to start along your health and wellness journey. If you need focus support, maybe for you or maybe for your kiddos, that's another great option. Or also if you just want less pain and doing something to help you with that too. So reach out to me if now is a great time. Really, doTERRA only offers the $50 in oil free once a year. So this is going to be the best time to get started. I would love to help and support you along your journey and plug you into those resources. Really empowering people with these natural remedies is my love language, and something that I absolutely love to do is to provide that support and help people and give them natural solutions, because I went through a lot of health challenges personally, including cancer, including Lyme disease, including lots of different orthopedic surgeries for my hips. And I wish I would have known about some of these tools. And that's what brought me to the beautiful world of functional nutrition, functional medicine, and essential oils, and becoming really, really passionate about what we do and what we put in our body, because it's really, really important. So here is my contact information if anybody needs it. There's my website. I offer virtual health coaching to people. So if you need a little bit more support on your journey, you want some individualized support with that, reach out to me. That's my website. And then there's my email. Website's lauraricci.vpweb.com. And my email is womenshealthcoach@gmail.com. You can find me on Facebook. If you're finding the information that I'm putting out there helpful, please go and like that Facebook page. I would greatly appreciate it. It will also, you'll be the first to know about every upcoming event and class that we have. I'm on Instagram, Periscope, and Pinterest. You can follow me there at Dr. Laura Ricci. And then I have a YouTube channel that you can check out that basically is an archive of all of the different education and virtual classes and things. And then we teach our free monthly health and wellness education class here in the group that you guys are watching me at there. So I hope that you guys found this information helpful. Again, the $50 in oil, it ends this month. So reach out to me if now is the right time and you are ready to get started. I would love to help and support you along your journey because again, there's a lot of people selling a product, not as many people out there providing that one-on-one education and support that you feel really comfortable, because I want to reward you for taking action, right? Because our beautiful supplements aren't going to help us if they just sit on a shelf. Our beautiful essential oils aren't going to help us if they just sit on a shelf. So it's feeling confident to be able to utilize those things in our everyday life. Oh, it's my pleasure, Beth. Thank you guys so much for watching. And then we have a giveaway for one live viewer. So let me show you what that is. If you hung out with me to the end, this is a fun thing. So we have this really beautiful diffuser guide. This is a diffuser blends guide from AromaTouch, and it has some really interesting blends and some great ideas for you there. We have a really cool essential oil keychain. So this helps to open up your bottles of oil, or if you're making rollers, this is from Oil Life. So you'll have something with that too. And then last but not least, we have a diffuser bracelet for you. I think this is so pretty. It actually has some really pretty glass beads, and then it's got the lava beads, so you can add your essential oils to that and wear that and be like a little walking diffuser. So for those of you that are watching live, if you just post something in the learning comments of something below, that will enter you into the giveaway. Something that you found helpful, something that you learned, anything at all, just post that below and you'll be entered into our giveaway. This is for one lucky US viewer, so I hope it is you, and we will get this mailed off to you. So about 15 minutes after this class ends, I'll put all of the comments into a randomizer app and we will see who wins this. But thank you guys so much for spending your Friday morning with me, or for watching the replay. Thank you for watching the replay. I hope you found it helpful and supportive. And if you guys have any questions or concerns or anything that comes up, please send me a private message, comment below. I would be happy to reach out to you. I do love to schedule just complimentary 20-minute wellness calls to go over your specific health and wellness goals and give you recommendations based off of that. So if you've got a really specific situation and you need some support with, reach out to me and I would love to help you. Yeah, Steph, it is really pretty. I love the diffuser bracelet. I thought this was gorgeous. And I'm so glad that you guys are watching. Oh, Bonnie, it's my pleasure. Thank you. Thank you, Debbie. I'm so glad that you are here. Thanks, Michelle. Thanks, Karen. Yeah, it's my pleasure. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Take care and we will catch you next time. Bye, guys.